Welcome to Higher Gamma. I'm your host, Nando Mendez, and together we explore the nature of consciousness, intelligence, and what makes us human. In this first episode, we'll tackle a big question. Is artificial general intelligence, or AGI, imminent, as many claim? Personally, I don't think so. In fact, I think it won't happen in our lifetime. And in this video, I'll give you 3 reasons why. Let's dive in. Artificial intelligence, or machine learning as I prefer to call it, is profoundly reshaping the way we work and live. No question about it. But here's the thing. Even though today's large AI models are already hitting their limits, the industry is in the middle of a $1.5 trillion spending spree. Why? To chase the holy grail of AGI. No doubt the biggest gamble in humanity's history. But will it pay off? Or is the frenzy driven by plain old FUD? That's fear, uncertainty, and doubt, the classic hype strategy. Let's first do some definitions. What is AGI? Not surprisingly, AGI isn't clearly defined. Most describe it as AI that matches and even surpasses human-level cognitive abilities. A machine with the capacity to understand, learn, and apply intelligence across many kinds of tasks, just like we do. Of course, the industry is zeroing in on the shiny part, super intelligence, machines that outthink us at everything. Basically, the Hollywood trailer version of AGI. The story goes like this. Whoever builds the biggest AI data centers wins the AGI race. Sounds compelling, right? But can it work? I'm skeptical. And as I said, I'll give you 3 reasons why. Here we go. Reason number 1. AI is not intelligence. Sounds crazy, right? Let me explain. Large language models, often called stochastic parrots, don't understand the way humans do. By understanding, I mean that feeling of knowing, grasping meaning, not just recognizing patterns. At their core, LLMs use statistical patterns and complex algorithms to predict the next most likely word or token. It's just like autocomplete at scale, not thinking. More like codec knowledge than intelligence. And that is why they hallucinate and make simple logical mistakes. In contrast, human cognition is grounded in experience, awareness, and common sense. Example, if you see a dog wearing sunglasses, you instantly get the joke. You know it's unusual, absurd, even funny. AI just says dog with sunglasses. That's the difference. Humans see meaning, machines see patterns. If you need more convincing, look up Searle's Chinese room thought experiment. No matter how well trained in recognizing wavelengths, an unconscious machine will never experience a color red. More on that later. Now, AI advocates, especially from the brain as a computer camp, argue that transformers, embeddings, and neural nets amount to a kind of understanding. Some go further, saying that if a system merely behaves like understanding, like a philosophical zombie, that's good enough. And nearly all share the belief that by scaling compute to insane levels, their models will somehow give rise to superintelligence. That leap of faith is now driving the global AI data center frenzy. They claim or hope that there is nothing mysterious about human intelligence, which brings us to reason number 2. Reason number 2, human thought and understanding are non-computational. That is, they cannot be replicated in a computer. And yes, deeply mysterious. Bear with me for a while. Once you get this point, your view of AI will change forever. Relying on Kurt Gödel's incompleteness theorem, Sir Roger Penrose, the Nobel Prize-winning physicist and mathematician, argues that human thought cannot be reduced to algorithms, just like the ones running on today's computers that power AI. That is, computers and the AI models they run not only don't understand, as we saw on the prior point, but they cannot understand. Quick aside, Gödel was one of the greatest logicians of the 20th century. Albert Einstein, his close friend and president, once said that he went to the institute mainly for the privilege of walking home with Gödel. Building on Gödel, Penrose makes a simple point. There are certain truths that human mind can see as true and which no computer could ever prove. Call it human intuition. Here's an example. Find an odd number that is the sum of 2 even numbers. A computer running this search would look forever, but we can instantly see it's impossible because even plus even always equals even. That's the difference. So, if thought isn't computational, what it is? Penrose's answer is radical. We need new physics. He, together with Professor Stuart Hameroff, suggests that quantum processes inside neurons could underlie consciousness itself. serving as a bridge to what he calls the Platonic realm, a timeless world of mathematical truths. In short, the mind isn't just running code, it may be tapping into something deeper, something science had yet to explain. So yes, human thought, understanding, and intelligence are profoundly mysterious, as in scientifically unexplained. Now, it's fair to say Penrose is controversial. Most computer scientists and logicians reject his conclusion. But here's where, in the midst of the FUD, bias creeps in. Many of Penrose's fiercest critics come from the AI world itself, where entire careers, research agendas, and $1.5 trillion in investment depend on the belief that cognition is computational. You don't have to agree with Penrose, but let's just say this. In this debate, only one side holds a Nobel Prize, and it's not the AI guys. Ultimately, here's the reality. Even if Penrose is wrong, there is still no accepted scientific theory of human understanding, thought, or intelligence. We simply don't know how it works. And this brings us to reason number 3. Reason number 3, there is no underlying science for AGI. Today's AI isn't driven by brand new science. It's built on century-old mathematics, linear algebra, probability optimization, turbocharged by massive scale computers and vast data sets. And here's the kicker. Much of this progress emerged through trial and error. Even today, practitioners cannot fully explain how their models work. As Stephen Wolfram puts it, they're computationally irreducible. Let's repeat that. They cannot fully explain how their AI models work. This state of implausible efficacy has led the field to adopt an anything is possible mentality, and it's the primary force fueling today's AI data center frenzy. The hope is simple. Scale trial and error to gigantic levels, and maybe, just maybe, magic will emerge. Let's pause for a bit. The AI industry claims it will soon build something superior to what nature took 3.5 billion years to create. And they don't even know how. Talk about confidence or delusion. In most fields, breakthroughs rest on real science. Airplanes follow aerodynamics. Antibiotics follow germ theory. Nuclear power follow quantum physics. But AGI, there is no science for intelligence. Without that foundation, no amount of GPUs will suddenly produce human-level cognition. It's like throwing more hamsters on the wheel and hoping they'll eventually invent the physics of motion. Without real science, all you get is faster spinning wheels. Ironically, today's AI science isn't led by truth-seeking academics, but by profit-driven tech giants. Now, AGI optimists argue that the science of intelligence will emerge as we go, that building bigger models is the path to discovery. But let's be real. So far, transformers have given us better autocomplete, not a theory of the mind. In fact, they have produced no new scientific theory at all. And here is the bad news. Solving for intelligence requires solving for consciousness, as Penrose explains. Intelligence requires understanding. Understanding requires awareness. Awareness requires consciousness. And consciousness remains the hardest problem humanity has ever faced. The brightest minds in science, philosophy, and mathematics have tried and failed. No wonder the AI industry dodges the question. Because here's the truth. The very phenomenon that powers you, your thoughts, your awareness, your intelligence, remains the greatest mystery of all. To conclude, let's talk about real AI. I've given you 3 powerful reasons why AGI won't happen in our lifetime. Number 1, AI is not intelligence. It doesn't understand anything. Number 2, human understanding is non-computational. And number 3, there is no underlying science for AGI. Don't just take my word for it. I've included supporting references below, and I welcome your challenges and comments. As a lover of real AI, I remain hopeful. Penrose's quantum theory of the mind is getting some experimental confirmation, and quantum computing is advancing. Could this path converge into a breakthrough? Maybe. But for now, AGI is more science fiction than science. So, should we all bet against AI? Not so fast. Given the lack of definition, as I said, AGI might be declared soon. In the spirit of fake it until you make it, we'll see multiple upcoming breakthroughs branded as near AGI, riding on the wave of FUD. So don't expect the AGI narrative to disappear anytime soon. But don't be fooled by faster models and bigger claims. Intelligence without understanding is not intelligence at all. Despite the AI industry attempt to trivialize human intelligence, the mystery and miracle of being human endures. And until we solve the deepest mystery, the mind itself, the frontier still lies within us. Welcome to Higher Gamma, and don't forget to subscribe.